Good day fellas, I hope you are ready for your extra daily dose of skill, and today we have something unusual. Today we have something special, I would say. 1 tank, 3 guns. Have ever seen this one coming? So what do we have? We have a 57mm gun, 122mm gun, and we have 85mm gun. And fellas, the funnest part of all this, all of those guns can work and all of those guns are competitive. Derp gun, say no more. Heat ammunition is accessible, right? 140 penetration. If you cannot penetrate with heat, you are shooting high explosives. 160 alpha damage gun is probably the best for free-to-play players. You have a decent gun overall, decent alpha damage. Okay, DPM. Okay, dispersion. It's not that bad. And for pay-to-win players who are willing to spam the full gold, you have 57mm gun and you can pretty much burst everyone like there is no tomorrow. So yeah, fellas, one of the most popular tier 5 heavy tanks, and you have a choice. So we are going to start everything with a 57mm gun. Let's teleport into the game, shall we? And we are back, fellas. So KV-1 against the tier 4s. We are quite lucky with matchmaking here, okay? So once again, speaking about the 57mm gun, you have 85 alpha damage, which is not looking that great to be fair with you, but you have extremely good DPM. Standard penetration 112, which is alright to be fair with you, and in this matchmaking we shouldn't spam too many gold rounds, and with gold ammunition you have extremely good shell velocity, which is 1240 meters, and you have 189 millimeters of penetration. So pretty much everything is looking ideal with this gun in a way, well, apart alpha damage. So how you don't want to play with this tank? You do not want to trade. By saying this is if you are meeting, let's say, KV-1 with a Derp gun. You are shooting him once, he's shooting you once, you are going to lose the game. And you are going to lose the fight. But if you are going to do the things a bit differently, if you are going to non-stop beat the living crap out of the enemies, as I am planning to do the things now, everything should look relatively well for you. Meanwhile, as you can see, we found the tier 5 medium tank, but to be fair with you, since we are playing with the Russian tank, I am not too afraid of him. And as you can see, yep, this tank can definitely work, and this tank is kicking some ass if you would ask me. You see how is it looking like? It is madness, fellas. And the best part of all this, the reload between the shells is pretty much no time whatsoever if you would ask me. So yeah, this is very, very nice, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, we have Matilda who is sniping from the back. I honestly do not really care about him that much. So what we want to do? Obviously, we are getting outplayed by enemy art, but once again, this is an open map, so nothing what we can change about this, nothing what we could do differently, we just need to accept this. Meanwhile, we are spotted, and I'm curious from where are we spotted. Okay, Mr. Stug. For Stug, I am going to load the gold ammunition for obvious reasons, because Stug has a great penetration, and I do not want to derp my shots. This is important thing to say. And now, look at this. Let's continue our journey. Yep, this is what this gun is all about. You can smack enemies left, right, and center, and you can have truly amazing performance. Meanwhile, ahead, sir, how are you doing? Enjoying yourself? Good to hear that. I am aiming for a track. Luckily, we managed to track him. Unfortunately, he has a repair kit, but that's okay. We are loading the gold ammunition here. I don't really mind. I truly don't. Because with a gold he would struggle to penetrate us, and with a standard high explosives he cannot do absolutely anything, so I am feeling relatively fine. And at this point we are going for a base, because we more likely we are going to meet 2 super heavies in the tier 5, KV-1 and KV-1. Oh, I know how their tank is called. KV-1. This is how their tank is called. Okay, not bad. Let's go. 45 seconds left. I am pretty sure we should reach the base in time. 35 seconds left. The thing is, all we need to do, we need to get the capping shot and we are Gucci. Yep, that's the capping shot. Very, very nice. This is exactly what I want to see. And I am kind of in the open field, but it doesn't really change too many things for us. I know it sounds weird, but it truly doesn't change anything. Plus, on top of that, we are going to slaughter them at this point. Since we are dealing against the heavy tanks, and I truly want to showcase this gun, I will load some gold. By saying some gold, I mean there. Boy. For Vaka, I don't really think we need gold ammunition by any means, and we can simply burst through the houses just like so. Yep. This is quite a naughty gun, fellas. And keep this in mind, we did not spam it the full gold at least all the time. So this is the option number 1 for your KV-1, and this is kind of pay to win setup. Okay, let's get this straight out of the way. This is pay to win setup. Let's see what kind of score we have and how much money have we made, because I'm pretty sure we made some credits. So let's see, what do we have? We are second by experience, we are first by the damage, and we made 83,000 profits, although we completed the mission and we have 65,000 credits income just from that. So without this, we would have like 18,000 profits. Okay, let's go with the Derp gun next. And we are back, fellas, with round number 2. So Derp gun, and I'm looking into this matchmaking and I am asking why. Okay, let's not give up too early, fellas. Even though this is pretty much the worst case scenario, whenever you are playing with a Derp gun to get matchmaking against the tier 7s. But let's hope we will still squeeze a butter out of shit, okay? This is what we will try to do. Speaking about penetrating enemies, we are going to struggle quite a bit. This is definitely not going to be easy, and this is not going to be, you know, just like so. No. We will need to work our ass off in this battle. But once again, we have quite a bit of time, we are feeling alright, and we will play safe. Now, what is my dream? To get couple of penetrations to the enemy tanks which has no armor whatsoever. For example, Cavalier, Chinu, P43, Wolverine, M10, whatever, you name it, right? That's what we need to do. Other than that, our choices are very limited in this battle. Believe me, they are extremely limited. Although I believe we are going to be relatively aggressive in the city, because I don't really think we have any other option. Because if I am going to sit here and our team is winning the game, and as you can see, we have a lot of forces who are playing in the city, we are kind of doomed, right? So, what we are going to do, we are going to load the heat ammunition, and we have 370 alpha damage with a heat ammo, right? So keep this in mind. This is looking extremely good for us. 140 millimeters of penetration, 370 alpha damage, and the standard shells is 450 alpha damage, 81 millimeters of penetration. No. Beautiful. This is what this gun is all about, fellas. To smack people for 370 in the face, and if you can penetrate them, then smack them for more. For example, what this gentleman can do, nothing. He can simply say, oh my bananas, one of those gold spamming KV-1s. Oh no. This is only one thing what this gentleman can say. We are literally two-shotting them. But once again, this is very tricky tank to play with, or I supposed to say very tricky gun to play with. If the things are not going how you want to, if you are being approached by, let's say, the tank which has shit ton of armor, right? Your game is kind of over, so keep this in mind. For example, KV-3. You cannot do anything for cover 3. And this is very important thing to highlight, even though we are relatively lucky in this matchmaking and in this situation, as wrong as it sounds. Skill, you just said you are kind of unlucky. Well, the thing is, we are hitting our shots, right? We found couple of the tanks we could penetrate. The thing is, the things could go way worse than this. For example, we could meet the cover 3 as a tank. And if we are meeting cover 3, this is a kind of game over. Keep this in mind, fellas. Okay, our team is definitely winning this battle. I believe this is not a secret by any means. So what we want to do, we want to beat the living crap out of this E25. And this E25 should make a bit of pressure, and he wants to help his E25 friend, right? And as you can see, E25 is in the middle right there. We are aiming for a side, and luckily we are connecting our shot. At this point, E25 is considering his life choices, and he is thinking, what the flying F was that? Tier 5 hitting for this much damage, but this is what KV-1 is all about with this gun. Skill, you spammed mainly gold. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we spammed mainly gold because we had no other options if we want to be successful in this situation. Obviously, if I would fight against the same Panther M10 frontally, I would shoot the standard high explosives more likely, unless I would find a way how I can penetrate their tank. So this is the play with a KV-1 with a Derp gun. I hope I showed something new for you speaking about this setup, but as you can see, it can work all right. 1,500 damage, 500 assisting damage. We are second by the damage. Considering it is a tier 7 matchmaking, it is amazing. We are second by experience, and we made 10,000 profits. Very nice. Let's teleport into the round number 3, and this is going to be a round with 160 alpha damage gun. Let's go. And we are back with a round number 3 and the third gun. So what do we have? We have 85mm gun, which has 160 alpha damage, which has 120mm of penetration and 800 shell velocity, which is definitely not the finest. And speaking about the gold ammunition, it has 160 alpha damage, 161mm of penetration, and pretty much 1000m shell velocity. For a tier 5, it is not bad, but speaking about the sniping abilities, this gun is not even close for being goodness of the 85 alpha damage gun, 57mm caliber, right? This is very important thing to say. Speaking about this matchmaking, we are going to be safe. We are going to take this typical bush. And from this typical bush, more likely we are going to spot incoming forces. If the things will go well, we will finish this battle with a lot of assisting damage and quite a bit of damage dealt. If the things won't go that well, then the things won't go that well. Once again, speaking about the alpha damage and sniping abilities, it is not horrible. This tank is not horrible for this, I can promise you that, but in the same time, there is definitely better guns there in the game for sniping. And let's get real, speaking about the heavy tank in the tier 5, sniping might look like crazy option and quite a silly option in the same time, but in this map, fellas, I can tell you one very simple thing. We are having a losing spam, so there is no point to start making pressure like crazy mother trucker, and after that regret your choices, you know, to say, no, why I made pressure when I could simply hold this line. This is how the things are looking like, my friends. So once again, that's a relatively fine start. I am feeling all right. Looking into the heavy side, I would say enemies are not playing in the heavy side, which is quite weird stuff. So what we are going to do, we are going to relocate a bit, and we will try to protect this side. I'm not very happy considering what is happening here, because our guys are in the open field here, and it's matter of the time whenever our gentlemen are going to be slaughtered. So we need to prevent the things, we need to prevent from getting flanked, right? Enemies are going to make pressure like this eventually. It's matter of the time. So whenever we are sitting here, or alternatively we are sitting here, we should be able to punish them trying to make pressure like this, or whenever they will try to go a bit up like this. And this is exactly what we need to do. I know this is very unusual gameplay for a heavy tank, no, but still, you are a heavy tank, you could go in front and you could kill them all. I wish to say so, but in the same time, usually whenever people are crossing like this, what is happening, they are taking one for the team just because of the sniper schnitzels who are sitting here. It's just how it goes. This is how this map works, right? Luckily for us, our team managed to break through, and now our team is making pressure like this, which is not bad whatsoever. But in the same time, we still have a lot of things to do in this battle. For example, we need to make sure enemies are not going to take the key position in Alpha 1, because if they would, then they would have a very nice crossfire on our pigeons who are sitting on top of the hill, and it would be a massive problem, fellas. Okay, we are almost in position. Let's see. Good. We are in position. Now the question is, do I want to be aggressive? This is the other question. Do I want to get involved? Because our team is kind of winning by a huge margin, if you would ask me. So how about this, if we would find this W key and move in front? You know what is the weirdest thing? They still have a Tog somewhere, and Tog is holding pretty much majority of their hit points. Unfortunately, we managed to miss the shot. I do not really know how it happened, but it definitely did. It is okay. We are not complaining too much. We are trying to hide from the forces who are behind, right? Kaboom, just like this. Okay, that's not horrible, fellas. I know it might look maybe different, but we are feeling relatively fine. Now we are going to reverse side scrap against this gentleman, and if we are going to do everything properly, we should be able to punish him like there is no tomorrow. Skill, do you see Vaka coming for you? What Vaka? Skill Vaka is coming for you. What Vaka, fellas? What are you even talking about? I did not notice any Vakas out there. Okay, good. This guy is dead. Excellent. And we found the Tog. Now, this is a very beautiful meatball, and oh boys, he is coming for us. So what we need to do at this point we need to try to punish him once or twice before he will melt. And I believe it's fair to say he is already melting, right? I believe that's fair to say. Let's try to spot him. Oh, yes, boy. Okay, nice. So, in the end of the day, this is not the best battle in the world of tanks, but we can't say this is a worse game either, right? I am feeling pretty happy with my decisions. So, Skill, let's talk this game. That was good idea not to make pressure like this. I think it was a good idea. And honestly, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if I would be able to play this battle once again, would I play like I played this game? Probably yes. I would say I would play literally the same. I think we have two blind shots. One blind shot to the Stug and other blind shot to the Tog, so we should have 1.9 thousand damage. 1.9 thousand damage indeed. Nice. It is completely fine. We are second by the damage, we are second by experience, and we made quite a bit of profits. Not bad whatsoever. So this is performance of the KV-1 with the 3 different guns. One game with one gun, one game with other gun, and the third game with a third gun. I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you had a great time, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out. I forgot one very important thing. What gun is your favorite? And now when we have this out of the way, let's teleport to the tomorrow.